So many people have been asking for time management tips, time saving strategies, my hacks for how I balance a business, being a mom to 3 crazy cool kids, and also still finding time to build our businesses and not let everything else in our whole lives go. So I'm going to share with you guys my favorite time saving strategies, my favorite time hacks, everything that I use for productivity. Now, keep in mind, this video is repurposed. I had the incredible privilege of connecting with Ray Higdon. He's been a friend of mine for years, and he asked me to film this incredible, powerful training. And so I figured we might as well use this and also turn this into an awesome video for you guys. So comment below and let me know, what are you most excited about learning? And as you watch this video, comment below and let me know which strategies are the most powerful for you. Let's cue that intro and dive on in. Hey guys, my name is Rachel Peterson. The moment that Ray asked me to come and speak to you, it was an instant yes. Ray's amazing, isn't he? Honestly, go give him some love on social right now. I'm super excited to share with you 20 transformational time strategies that allow absolutely anyone to get more done in less time. I am a mom of 3. I own 2 businesses, and we've grown both of those businesses to multiple 7 figures. Being the mom of 3, you have to learn how to get things done a lot faster. If you want to kind of see what I'm up to, head on over to my social handles at the Mrs. Peterson, all E's and a D, and my last name on pretty much every single social media platform. The very first strategy number 1 is to set a timer for tasks, including this one here. I'm talking for 20 minutes, so I've got a 20-minute timer set so that way I spend exactly the right amount of time focusing on this. I also use timers to actually encourage myself to do sprints. So you can set a timer for 5 minutes and see how many little tasks you can get, or how many messages you can send out, how many comments you can reply to on social media, or how many TikTok videos you can create. Anyone else obsessed with TikTok? Hey yo. Strategy number 2 for saving tons of time block everything. Now I just do this with Google Calendar. Basically we block out for everything, and I'm talking absolutely everything from eating to holidays to my family's birthdays. Every single meeting, every single task that needs to get done, it gets blocked out on my calendar. The reason that I do this is so I can see where my time is being taken up, and several other strategies that I share in these 20 strategies will be really reliant on you having a clear handle on where your time is going. If you don't know where your time is going, it's very, very difficult to reclaim that time. So time blocking allows me to see, okay, this is where my time is actually going, and to also think a little bit proactively with my calendar. Strategy number 3, changing the way you talk about time. This one was possibly the biggest one for me. I used to always say, I'm so stressed, I never have enough time, I can't get everything done, I feel like I'm always behind, oh my gosh, I'm so busy. I don't know if you've ever been guilty of any of those phrases, not that I'm the judge or anything like that, but I oftentimes found that the more I used those phrases, the harder it felt like it was to get things done. And the truth of the matter is, however you speak about something or someone is how it's going to be. If you're always like, oh, I can't stand this person, every time they come around, you're going to end up creating a loop and liking them less and less and less, and every interaction is going to drive you crazy. If you're always talking about how you don't have enough time, you're going to create that loop and make it so that time ultimately slips away faster than you know. So start saying, I have time for everything that's important to me. And in fact, when people say, you must be really busy, I correct them and say, you know, I have time for everything that I need to have time for. That is absolute key. Time-saving strategy number 4, multitask on things, this is the key, that are routine. Don't multitask when you're on important calls with people. Don't multitask while you're talking to the people you love or while you're on a date. Date night's so important in our house. Don't multitask on those things or on key meetings with your team. Multitask on things that are routine. For example, going on a walk, listen to a podcast or a book while you're on that walk. While you're brushing your teeth, you can get 20 to 100 squats in. Do things that are routine and kind of stack them on top of each other, because you don't have to use your brain too much to do either of those activities. So multitask only on things that are absolutely routine. Time-saving strategy number 5. This one's a little bit challenging, I think, for people to become comfortable with. And this is learning to say no. This one took me a really long time. I wanted to say yes to absolutely everything. Opportunities are very addicting for me. I don't know if anyone else feels that way, but learning to say no was really powerful. But it wasn't until recently that I realized why it was so important. So I get a lot of opportunities for podcasts, interviews, video trainings, things like this incredible opportunity from Ray. And it's easy to say yes to every single one. I love to make people happy. I love to serve others. I love to build relationships. But we started compiling all of the opportunities that we get every single week, from podcasts to events to speeches to interviews, summits, all of the above. And we started realizing that every single week I had between 40 and 60 interviews. And I didn't realize that until we compiled them. Now, if you think about that, you guys, for a second, it's kind of crazy because it sneaks up on you. It definitely wasn't that way several years back. But if I have 20, 40, 60 opportunities, if I said yes to all those, what would that mean for my marriage or my business or the relationships with my kids? It would be almost non-existent. By seeing all of the opportunities that are basically, love those opportunities, but they are time phantoms or time vampires, I was able to start more routinely saying no. So start learning how to say no, even if you have to do something like what I do every single week. Opportunity or strategy number 6, start batching similar tasks together. If you're in research mode and you still have 5 or 10 minutes left until your next task, see if you can research a couple other things that you've been wondering, or research for another platform. Or if you're in creation mode, you're already in Canva. I know you guys probably love Canva. I love it to pieces. Just think, can I create a couple more graphics over the next 10, 15 minutes? Is there time for me to kind of focus on this? And if the answer is yes, then batch those tasks together and save yourself some time tomorrow, because every time that you switch contexts, or rather every time that you switch tasks, it's using up a whole bunch of your CPU power in your brain, a bunch of your brain power to focus on switching tasks. So start batching those similar tasks together and you'll be amazed by how much more you can get done in each and every setting. Time strategy number 7 that will transform your life is to every single weekend on Sunday night, review the week that is coming. Remember I said it was super important to time block so you know where all of your time is going? This is one of my favorite things to do. I review the week that's coming and I'll look at every single call just briefly and I'll send my assistant a whole bunch of notes. For example, can you cancel these 3 things? They're actually really not that important. Or can you move this to another day? Oh, hey, I noticed that I have this going on. Can you actually reschedule that? Or even, could my husband take some of these calls? Can you take some of these calls for me? I intentionally offload as many things on my calendar as possible because I know that I need that time for important key tasks that only a CEO can do or only the face of a business can do. So review your week that's coming, cancel as many appointments as you can. Time saving strategy number 8, take calls when you're on a walk to get your steps in. I don't have it on right now, but I got a Garmin watch and it's addicting. I don't know if anyone else loves numbers and scorecards and watching numbers change. I absolutely love gamifying my daily steps. And so my goal is to hit 10,000 steps every single day. Doesn't always happen because life, but it really gamifies it. And when I get partway through the day and I'm like, I'm only at 1,600, I realize very quickly that I'm gonna have to get a bunch of steps in. But if I put my Garmin watch on, take a call while I go and walk around the neighborhood a little bit or go on a long walk during a meeting, I'm able to get in anywhere from 1,000 to 4,000 steps or even more sometimes depending on how fast I'm walking. So take your calls on a walk to get in that extra little bout of fitness and to give yourself a burst of energy midday. Transformational time strategy number 9, block out family time. One of the craziest things ever is when I look at my calendar, and you guys will probably relate to this. I look at my calendar, I look at my to-do list, I look at everything. It doesn't all make sense. It never makes sense. Parents, my hats are off to you. It never makes sense how we manage to fit everything in. Yet somehow everything kind of does seem to fit in. But one of the things that you have to realize is even though you fit everything in, if you're feeling like you're not getting enough family time, it's because family time wasn't a priority in your time blocking. I religiously, obsessively block out family time no matter what. Non-negotiables, 7 p.m., to 9 p.m. and sometimes even longer every single evening, if not more, is family time. No ifs, ands, or buts. No one can get through to me. And in fact, I don't have it on me, a second phone with no social media on it. That's a topic for another day. I have no social media on it, so no one can pull my attention away from my family. Same thing is true on weekends. I may pop in for an hour on a Saturday or for 30 minutes on a Sunday, but those days are blocked out. That is family time. No ifs, ands, or buts. Transformational time strategy number 10, get dry shampoo. It takes forever to wash your hair, dry your hair, especially for the ladies, and especially if you have long or thick hair. Get dry shampoo. The cool part is, especially since we're all super distant at this point in time, you're only gonna show up on video and no one can tell how dirty your hair is. I'm not gonna tell you, and guess what? No one will ever ask how dirty your hair is. I'm on day 7. Plus, also wear multi-use outfits. Right now I'm wearing yoga pants and a cute Minnie Mouse sweatshirt. It's super comfy. It works for workout, active wear, but the cool part is I can literally throw a blazer or a jean jacket over this and look instantly like stylish, especially if I throw some really cute Nike Airs on. So I look for multi-use clothing where I don't have to go through 3 or 5 different outfits throughout the day, because that's not a priority in my life. All right, transformational time strategy number 11, do your work in Google Docs for several reasons. Number 1, it automatically saves. If you've ever lost a project in a Word document or anywhere for that matter, if you were working in ClickFunnels or ActiveCampaign or in Facebook ads and suddenly it shuts down or you lose connection, it is one of the most devastating things in the world. Do your work in Google Docs and transfer it after. Do the work there first. 90+% of the work that we create starts in Google Docs. And the truth of the matter is, also the cool thing is I can share those docs with my team. They can hop in, they can edit, they can add their input without having to always constantly be re-uploading and making sure that they have the latest draft. Transformational time strategy number 12, 1, 2. Have your team take things off of your list proactively. If you have an assistant, a virtual assistant, an OBM, if you have someone that supports you with any portion of your business, or even if you just hired someone hourly to come help you a little bit, allow them to review your to-do list and actively pull things off of your list. Now, this is also true for people who work together with their spouses or people who have in-person support. Sometimes it can be really hard to ask people for help. And that was something I learned over the years. It was very difficult for me to ask people for help. I felt like I was being needy. I felt like I was asking for too much. And over time, I grew in confidence in not only my spouse, who's my business partner now today, but also in my team and their willingness to take things off of my plate. So we're gonna have to start moving a little faster. Okay, ready for it? So ask them to review your to-do list and proactively pull things off of your list by attaching their name to those items. All right, transformational time strategy number 13, the 4 Ds. Categorize everything on your to-do list in 4 buckets, like literally break it up and separate it. I use these 4 Ds. They're loosely based off of Brian Tracy's book, Eat That Frog. I love that book. It changed my life and the way that I run my business. Those 4 Ds are do, delegate, defer, meaning you wait to act on it or think about it, and dump, meaning at the end of the week, you can just delete all of those things off. It's awesome. There have been so many weeks where there have been things that I've just like deferred and realized, oh, it's not really that important. It ends up becoming a dump item. Delegation, I actually just share that Google Doc with my team and then they pull all the delegation things off and I can look and it's totally empty and it's amazing. The 4 Ds is absolutely transformational. Time strategy number 14, figure out what times work for you. I've tried working out in the AM, and unless I'm doing hot yoga with like a whole community of people, I am not a morning person. So it takes me twice as long to work out. It takes me twice as long to like bump around. I'm not someone that like wakes up very well, and I never have been. I've been a part of the 5 a.m. club. I've tried all kinds of things, but you have to know your own body and your own routines. No matter what I do, morning is one of my least effective times. So instead of trying to put all of these like things that require me to be efficient in the morning, instead what I do is I put things like meditation, reading slowly and listening to classical music. It sounds so cheesy, but take a look at your routines and ask yourself, Am I putting these in the right order for me and my body and what works? Don't try to fit someone else's routine onto your life, your body, your habits, your routines, and your own body's clock and routines, which is really, really neat. All right, next up, we've got 15. If something takes a while to process, like filming videos, do it first. I have done this so many times, it's driven me absolutely crazy. I drive myself crazy sometimes, but finally I learned. Anyone else stubborn, slow learners, like you have to learn things the hard way a few times? I would save things like recording a video till the end of the day, and then I would be frustrated that I had to wait like 45 minutes for it to process. So I'd be sitting there watching and waiting for it to process because I needed to send the email. I learned quickly if at the beginning of the day I review the things that are going to take a while to process or upload, or they're going to take some time to sink in, I can do those earlier on in the day so that they can process, be ready to upload, be uploadable, and be uploaded behind the scenes while I do other work. So just a simple review of my to-do list reminds me to do the things that take a while behind the scenes to process early on in the day. All right, next up we've got transformational time-saving strategy number 16, rolling to-do lists. I literally have a Google Doc to-do list that is constantly being added to with all of my things. Here's a big hint. Your to-do list will never be done. It's awesome when there are moments in time that everything is caught up. Those moments are few and far between. It's kind of like laundry or dishes or housework or anything like that. It can be caught up for a second, but that's not forever. It is always going to be replenished as you think of new things. So I have a rolling to-do list that's constantly being repopulated. And then, of course, once a week, I go through and turn it into the 4Ds according to Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy. Transformational time strategy number 17. We have select 3 to 5 priorities per day. I don't know about you guys, but there are so many days where I feel like there's like hundreds, if not thousands of things I'd like to do. And it can be a little bit discouraging sometimes when you realize that you can't do every single thing every single day. I started selecting 3 to 5 priorities every single day to focus on so that I give myself a benchmark for when I can be proud of my progress. And this is also really neat. If I do 3 to 5 priorities every single day, over the course of a year, I'm gonna do somewhere between like 900 and 1,500 priorities. So while it may feel like I have hundreds or even thousands of things that I wanna get done, yeah, I might not be able to get them all done today. I might not be able to get them done this week. But over the next year, we're gonna make a lot more steps in our business than most people do. And here's a hint. When you start with 3 to 5 priorities, something magical happens. You start feeling like you're winning and you're like, okay, just a few more. And you find this extra burst of energy, like a second wind that allows you to get a lot more done. Most days I get anywhere from 15 to 20 priorities done just because of the goal of creating or finishing rather 3 to 5, which is kind of neat. Next up, we have transformational time strategy number 18. This one's gonna hurt a little, okay? Just giving you a heads up. Analyze your screen time reports on your phone, and if you have that available, also on your computer. Ooh, this one's gonna be painful, guys. I'm giving you the heads up. You're gonna quickly discover where a lot of your time is going. I'm gonna first and foremost call myself out. I know that my time disappears on Toon Blast, reading gossip blogs. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm admitting that right now. And also on TikTok, an hour will disappear. Like I don't even know what happened. But by analyzing the time reports, the screen time reports, I'm able to see, oh, I do have tons of time. It's just not accounted for. Maybe I was laying in bed and I scrolled TikTok for an hour and a half, and that's why I don't speak French. All right, time saving strategy number 19. Remove things that you don't like to waste your time on. Meaning, if you're going throughout your day and you're doing something that you don't enjoy, ask yourself, is this something I'd like to take off of my daily list? Is this something I would like to outsource at some point? Now, this is interesting because I like talking about the things I like to do, but I also find it's really powerful to make a list of the things that you don't like to do. For example, I don't like to do laundry. Makes me angry. I hate doing dishes. And so as soon as we were able to, I outsourced those tasks. In our business, the first things I outsourced were email management, handling my schedule, meaning time blocking everything. I now have an assistant that does all of that with me, which is really cool, and customer service emails. Those make me so sad. And so intentionally, I outsourced the things I didn't like first. And that was a game changer, so I can truly love every single day. And you guys ready for it? Transformational time strategy number 20. Notifications are running, aka ruining your life. I just have to say, turning off all notifications across your desktop, across social media, on your phone. I'm talking 100% of notifications. It allows you to be more present. It allows you to get more done. It doesn't pull your attention away. And it keeps you in a state of proactivity versus reactivity, feeling like you're falling behind for the rest of the day. There is nothing that will ruin your morning like waking up to an email notification from someone who's angry because you let them down. And here's a spoiler alert. You'll always be letting someone down. Truth is, turn all those notifications off. You will allow them to tell you how they have ruined, or their life has been ruined by you once you've had your cup of coffee and done your morning meditation. Turn off notifications. They are ruining your life. It has been awesome to connect with you guys. I hope this serves you really well. I know that these 20 transformational time strategies have deeply impacted my life and my ability to do all the things that I dream of. My name is Rachel Peterson, at the Mrs. Peterson on all social media, all E's and a D in my last name. I'll catch you guys later. Bye for now. Thanks, Ray.